These are painkillers and vitamins. You only want to take 1 or 2 at a time.
Hey, cutie. Can we join the party?
You have both forgotten the faces of your fathers.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listen learning to the Bahashem Debadah at the House of David. All right, this is Men of Valor Las Vegas Camp, coming to you today through the will and power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai with a quick lesson. All right. Lord willing to be edifying, but without further ado, don't know what it's going to be titled, but we're going to go ahead and get into it, all right? Salakia. This is going to be the book of Sirach, and it is going to be chapter 25 and verse 25, and it reads, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gather abroad. All right. So as you've seen on the clip at the beginning of this video, you have these two Edomite girls on the bus. All right. And Edris Alba is popping some pills for some medication. They say, hey, can we party? And he says in the clip, you've forgotten the faces of your father. Basically you should be ashamed, of your actions and what you do, because these women in Babylon have no shame. All right. Who wants to go ahead and pull the next script? Darash.
All right. Proverbs or Timothy?
Timothy.
All right.
Go back to it.
This is going to be the book of 1 Timothy. And it's going to be what's after this? That's what it means. This is the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. Verse 12. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. 14. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression.
Fine. So if these women want to know something, they should learn in silence. All right? And it is not for them to sub authority over a man. All right? So your woman is not supposed to be telling you what to do, when to do it, where to go, how to do it, She, in retrospect, is under you, all right? And it says, as the brother read in verse 13 and 14, all right? It was first Eve who was deceived, all right? Not Adam, all right? Read that again, just for edification.
All right. 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. Verse 14. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman, being deceived, was in the transgression.
Right, so the woman was in the transgression. She was the one who was deceived. All right? All right, so we're going to go back to the book of Sirach. It's going to be chapter 25 and verse 24. And it reads, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. All right? Because she wanted to do her own thing. All right? She wanted to gather abroad. Once again, as these women say, girls trip, it's a girl's day or whatnot. You don't have a girl's day, Salakia, got a fly in the house. You don't have a girl's day, all right? There's things you can do with women who are in like mind, but here in this wicked queendom, you're not supposed to have that liberty. But it is the liberty because it is a part of the curses, all right?
This is going to be the book of Sirach, chapter 42 and verse 9. It says, the father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth, and the care for her taketh away sleep when she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age.
Khan, Salakia. the father waketh for the daughter, you know, because if you're a father and you have daughters, right, your number one priority, all right, is to make sure that she is clothed, kept, and her virginity is kept, right? That she being, you know, us being men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that you would give your daughter unto a man of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
A few years, I think it was like a year or two ago, you know, there's a whole a scandal, well, not a scandal, but like T.I. had was talking openly about his daughter, you know, losing her virginity, and he got a lot of slack for it, you know.
Gone.
But you know, he was just doing his job as a man, you know.
Gone.
All right, so continuing on. Slide that one's the wrong chapter. Continuing on in verse 9, it says, and when she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age, and being married, lest she should be hated. In her virginity, lest she should be defiled, and gotten with child in her father's house, and having a husband, lest she should misbehave herself, and when she is married, lest she should be barren.
Gone. So unless she has a husband, all right, unless she has a husband, which is through sex and has been married, all right, has been married, because in the book, marriage is sex, all right. If she wasn't having sex with that same man that she lost her virginity to, all right, she's a harlot, all right. You jumping on the cock carousel, sleeping with every Tom, Dick, Harry, Larry, Jim, and Sally, you know, you're a harlot, okay? Read that last part again.
In verse 10, it says, and when she is married, lest she be barren.
Unless she be barren, all right? Because to be barren was a curse from the Most High. Whether it be something she did from her past life, whether it be an injury that she had receiving due to her disobedience.
That would be judgment.
It'd be the judgment, all right? Because women are made forth to be a pillar of rest unto a man, to be the glory of a man, you know, but also to what? Bring forth children. This is her, what she's made for, you know? So you women out there that say you don't want children and everything like that, well, what are you good for? All right? What are you good for? Period. Just being honest. What are you good for? If you don't want to have any kids, what are you good for?
Not using yourself for what you were made for.
God.
You know? Verse 11, it says, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughingstock to thine enemies, and a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude.
God, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter. A sure watch. I'm sure you know somebody that has a sister, or you done mess with somebody's sister yourself that has been Sally creeps a lot. All right, you know that you done came up on her and you know hollered at her for a minute, and then she went to another friend or whatever. She stayed within the circle, and it was either your homeboy's girl or a homeboy of a homeboy that you knew that was his sister. Because guess what? Everybody's daughter is somebody's sister. All right? Everybody's daughter is somebody's sister. That's just the way it is. So if you happen to be that brother or be that father who that's your daughter, all right, or mother or whatever, you know, that brings shame upon you. That brings shame upon you as a man first and foremost. All right? Because it's not keeping your house in order. All right? You can't even handle your own daughter, and she lives up under your roof. And she's going out and giving it up, gathering abroad.
You know, this day and age, it's not unlikely that, you know, she smashed the homie, you know.
Done. Homies.
Right.
This is for my homies.
Oh, that was it on that.
God, yeah,
You just want me to read to 11, right?
yeah, God.
This is Proverbs chapter 31, verse 3. And it reads, give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
God. So give not thy strength unto a woman, or the way that destroyeth kings. What destroyeth kings? Right? What has empires fell over?
Women.
Women. All right? Wicked ass Eves, queens, Jezebels, with that queen spirit. I'm a queen. You damn right you're a queen, because you're a hoe. You're a harlot. You're the hoe that sits on many cocks. All right?
And the word, and the original word queen is not spelled with two E's. It's spelled Quean. And if you look it up in the etymology dictionary, it means whore.
Right. So you are that whore. You know? You ain't mad at me. You mad at the word.
This is Sirach, chapter 9, and verse 8. It says, "Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman, for herewith love is kindled as a fire."
Con. Hey, some of the most beautiful women that you know are the biggest hoes. Are the biggest hoes. Why? Because they got it. This is their queendom. All right? A man looks upon the beauty and be like, oh, let me take you to dinner. Oh, let me get you this. Let me get you that. Simp ass niggas for a simp ass kingdom.
God, and social media has made it more accessible for these younger women at a very young age, even when they're not full adults in this society's eyes.
Con.
To where a man twice her age can holler at her through a DM, can slide in the DMs and take her to go do what she will, and he probably shares her with his friends.
God, hey, what is that? What is that old Tupac song? One, it ain't no fun if the homies can have none.
Snoop's that too.
Yeah, but what's that other one where he said on Machiavelli, she'd be 15, she'd be like 15, getting a nigga 35, getting him for everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, hey, that goes to show the wickedness to letting a woman gathered abroad. All right? But Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. You got anything else?
Yeah, this
one.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 34. For jealousy is the rage of a man, therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance.
Con. Hey, jealousy is the rage of a man. Because guess what? When you find out your sister is messing with 5-6 homies, all right, even one homie is bad enough, but let alone find out she's messing with 5-6 homies, all right, trying to play them or whatnot. Even if she's not trying to play the homies, did she just get around, you hear her name through school as she's that one?
Con, that's being ashamed in front of the multitude,
Con. All right.
Yeah.
That's not ever good ever. All right. And I ain't even got a sister.
Because when your daughter or your sister, they that reflects back to the man, and their upbringing,
Con.
And that's these are the curses we living with, because that's the role that Israel played. They played the harlot unto the Most High, and then that's what we're cursed with, our women being doing the same, going off as our nation went off against the commandments.
Con. And that excludes no women. That's your daughters, your mothers, all right, your sisters, your aunts, your cousins, your female cousins. Excludes none of them, all right?
And if you want to look at the structure of a nation, look how the way the women act.
Con. And as we see, our nation is destroyed.
Kind of
all right.
top two tribes, Ephraim and Judah, they got the most outlandish, most attitude in their women, so to speak.
Con. But your brothers got anything else? No. All right. With that, we want to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Brakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listen and learn, to the Bayasha Debadat, the house of David. To the next time, this is Men of Valor Camp. Shalom.
Shalom.
These painkillers and vitamins. You only want to take 1 or 2 at a time.
Hey, cutie.
You have both forgotten the faces of your fathers.